Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you all had a fantastic week. So, truth be told, this week's video had to be rescheduled as I've spent a few days in hospital this week and I was not able to obviously record in time. However, I still didn't want to miss another video as I promised myself and you guys that I'd keep uploading frequently. So I thought let's make a quick video, something to talk about, also because I had a few thoughts this week that I wanted to share with you guys and to basically just make a video out of it. So brief explanation what happened this week. Basically, I was involved in a motorbike incident. I mean, it could have been worse, but luckily it did not. So I won't go into too much details on that. I can walk, I have no fractures, so not too bad. But I did spend a few days in hospital. And at times, when you're by yourself with your own thoughts, you start going through certain cycles of thoughts that you'd not typically go through. And when you start processing what could have gone wrong or what could have happened and how lucky you turned out to be, you start to understand certain dynamics of your thoughts. So that was one of the main reasons of doing this video. Basically, one thing that I really came into realization this week was life can change just like that. To good, to bad, whatever. You never know when you're going to have something good come your way or bad come your way. So you have to always be prepared. And by always being prepared, I mean you have to train yourself mentally and obviously ideally physically to be able to handle any type of situation. I mean, I was just riding my motorbike, coming back home to cook some lunch and continue with my meetings. But life had other plans. And that's the thing, you have to be able to adapt the plans to your circumstances and also be, open-minded. When I was in hospital, although it wasn't a fun experience, I allowed myself to use that time to think and to understand everything. So life can change just like that really, really quickly. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything and it was just an incident. And you have to be able to adapt. So that's the other thing. Adapt to your environment. I mean, even though I was in hospital and I was in pain and I was not feeling up to it, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't working 12 hours there, but I did try to get some stuff done to get the wheel moving still. You have to adapt. I mean, I was able to do that, so I was obviously doing that, but yeah, adapt to your circumstances and be prepared for everything. The more you're mentally resilient to things or thoughts, the better you're able to handle situations that come your way. Because you have to take them all with an open mind. And unlike many people where if you're too negative, you'll start to push yourself down. And if you're too positive, you're basically sometimes lying to yourself, So be realistic, but also be able to control your thoughts and emotions. And the other thing is, first of all, super grateful for everyone that reached out, supported, and offered to help. I appreciate it. The other thing is to be grateful. I mean, I was not able to walk for 2 days, and that's nothing. I know that there are people who have it way worse than me. I understand and I respect that. You start to realize basically how privileged we are to be able to run our everyday life without us even thinking about it. And sometimes you don't know how much great stuff you have until it's taken away from you. Be able to appreciate the little things. Sometimes just the fact that we're able to stand up, walk, get something ourselves without asking someone else to do it is a really big privilege. There are people who are not able to do this. And we are not able to realize this until we have to go through a certain experience, for example, like I did. Be appreciative to whatever you have around you. Even the fact that I can just reach out and grab the water bottle myself. That's a privilege, So yeah, I mean, that was another thing that I was super grateful for. And I thought a lot about these things. Even though it wasn't nothing serious, but I was thinking about the fact that how much things we take for granted in our everyday life. That's another thing which I was really kind of appreciative to. And the other thing is, obviously, first of all, I would like to thank all the healthcare workers who do a superb job at what they do. Super respectful, like super patient, like very knowledgeable and these kinds of things. And yeah, I mean, they took care of me. I'm recovering. Thank God I'm doing good. So super grateful for them. Super grateful for what they do. So, the world needs a full spectrum of people. We don't need a world full of entrepreneurs. We need everyone to basically do what they're good at. So obviously, if you're aspiring to be a nurse, do it. You'll do a lot of good in the world. If you want to be an entrepreneur, be an entrepreneur. If you want to be an educator or whatever, do your thing. So stay true to you and just follow your dreams, regardless of what they are. And yeah, I mean, we're super grateful also to be living in a world where there's certain capabilities that you can get from hospital, from treatments and these kind of things. So yeah, I mean, it was a big week. I mean, life can change very quickly, and that's the thing that took me the most to process. Like, I was just going home to meet to continue with the meetings and to cook some lunch, and all of a sudden I was in hospital, so barely moving my leg. That's the thing. Like, you have to be. It's very different. Like, sometimes you're just hit with a streak of events that you're so stuck up in the grind of, like, that you're not able to process the whole spectrum of what's going on. And that's when you have to understand and sit back and reflect, exactly like, I need to understand what went on this week. Like, even if you have a busy week, do this. Like, Sunday, say I'm going to dedicate, for example, some time for me to wind down. And that plays a big role. Also, to be able to understand the stuff that you have to be grateful for. So yeah, I mean, quick thought, nothing much. I mean, it's a super random event that just happened, and I thought I wanted to share with you guys a few thoughts. Luckily, again, I'm doing well, thanks to everyone who supported, doctors, whatever, nurses, family, friends. Yeah, I just look forward to recovering and getting back to it. So obviously, breaking out of your routine is quite challenging for someone like me, but we'll make it work. So without further ado, guys, I wanted to share a quick thought. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you in the next video.